Welcome back to your Days of Our Lives spoiler breakdown. The episode airing Monday, May 19, 2025, is shaping up to be a tense, emotional, and mystery-filled installment. From Kate's horrific discovery to Sean and Steve's high-stakes mission, the drama is reaching a fever pitch in Salem. And if that weren't enough, there's corporate backstabbing, a hospital crisis, and a brutal assault leaving one man fighting for his life. Let's break down all the action, the clues, and the consequences in your full preview of what's coming next on Days of Our Lives. The week kicks off with a scene so visceral and horrifying that it sends shockwaves across Salem. Kate Roberts Brady walks into a room expecting nothing more than a routine check-in. But what she finds instead is the stuff of nightmares. Lying on the cold floor in a pool of his own blood is her son, Philip Kyriakis, unconscious, battered, and barely breathing. His face is swollen and bruised. Blood trickles from a head wound. His hand twitches weakly, just enough to show he's alive, but fading fast. Kate falls to her knees, screaming for help as she tries to keep him conscious. Panic and grief twist her voice. The trauma is raw and immediate. A mother finding her child on the brink of death. Paramedics rush in, and Philip is rushed to the hospital in critical condition. But as the medical staff scramble to save him, one question begins to echo in everyone's mind: who did this? All eyes immediately turn to Xander Kyriakis. He and Philip have been at odds for weeks. Their business rivalry has reached a boiling point, and Xander is known for having a violent temper. The timing, the motive, the history, it all fits too well. But here's where the narrative takes a sharp, unsettling turn. There are whispers that Philip didn't even see his attacker. That he may have been ambushed from behind, struck with an object in a cowardly sneak attack. And that doesn't sound like Xander. Xander's aggression is direct, face to face. He doesn't hide in shadows or attack people from behind. That's not his style. So, if it wasn't Xander, then who? The spotlight suddenly shifts to Kevin Lambert, Philip's old college friend who recently returned to Salem under mysterious circumstances. On the surface, Kevin appears harmless, mild-mannered, unassuming, a friendly face from the past. But scratch beneath the surface, and his connection to a growing criminal conspiracy becomes harder to ignore. There's speculation that Kevin may be involved in the sepsis treatment theft, and if Philip was getting too close to uncovering the truth, Kevin might have lashed out in desperation. Could he be the real attacker? Kate's bloody discovery doesn't just reopen old family wounds. It triggers a murder mystery in the making, and Salem is about to find out that not everything is as it seems. While Kate is reeling from the horror she's just witnessed, another urgent crisis is unfolding behind the scenes. Beau Brady's condition is rapidly deteriorating. The infection, sepsis, has taken hold, and every passing hour brings him closer to death. The one hope? A rare and experimental treatment that has mysteriously vanished from the hospital lab. At first, all eyes turned to Dr. Kayla Johnson. She had access. She had motive, and she certainly had the most to gain, her brother's life. But Kayla insists she didn't take it, and she's not about to waste time proving her innocence while Beau's life hangs in the balance. So she turns to two men she can trust implicitly, her husband, Steve Johnson, and Beau's son, Sean Brady. Together, the three form a plan, a rogue operation, far from hospital protocol, far from red tape. Sean and Steve begin a desperate off-the-books investigation to find out who stole the treatment, and why. They dig through security footage, cross-reference lab reports, and begin retracing the steps of everyone who had access to the drug. And as they dig deeper, they begin to notice disturbing patterns, missing timestamps on lab entries, discrepancies in medication logs, people who shouldn't have even been near the treatment, showing up on security footage. And then the most chilling clue of all. The last person seen leaving the lab before the theft was Kevin Lambert. Suddenly, this isn't just about missing medicine. It's about a deliberate cover-up, and someone in Salem is going to great lengths to hide what they've done, even if it means letting Bo die to protect their secret. What began as a frantic search for a missing drug is now turning into a race against the clock to expose a much larger conspiracy. Meanwhile, the tension at Titan Industries is just as dangerous, only the battles here are being fought in boardrooms, not hospital rooms. Maggie Horton Kuriakis, ever the matriarch and voice of reason, is starting to question Xander Cook's true intentions. He's made a sudden and aggressive pitch to take control of the failing hospital. On paper, it looks like a bold business strategy. But to Maggie, it smells like a power grab. Especially since Xander's proposal would directly undermine E.J. DiMera, Titan's most dangerous rival. Why now? Why so suddenly? And why is Xander so personally invested in this hospital of all places? Maggie's instincts are sharp, and she's not buying the surface-level explanation. Is Xander trying to redirect suspicion away from himself regarding Philip's attack? Or could he be involved in something far more complex, possibly even the stolen treatment? And there's something else that's bothering her. Why didn't Xander even take the time to drop off his wife before diving into this crisis? It's a small detail, but one that speaks volumes. Maggie knows that when Xander becomes laser-focused on something, it usually means he's trying to bury a secret or cover his tracks. Now, with the Kuriakis family's reputation at stake, Maggie is determined to dig up the truth. Whether it's personal, professional, or criminal, she won't rest until she knows exactly what Xander is hiding. Across Salem, a different kind of battle is brewing. One fought not with fists or stolen medicine, but with emotion, loyalty, and divided hearts. Stephanie Johnson, strong, sensible, and always a peacemaker at heart, finds herself caught between two men she cares deeply about, Alex Kuriakis and his family. In Monday's episode, Stephanie makes a bold and heartfelt move. She seeks out Alex, knowing full well he's teetering on the edge of emotional collapse. Her message is simple, but urgent: stand down, Alex. Please, don't let this spiral further out of control. Alex is torn. You can see it in his eyes, in the way he paces, fists clenched, heart full of conflict. On one hand, he feels deep betrayal from Philip, a brother who has lied, schemed, and left emotional wreckage in his wake. On the other, Alex feels the burden of guilt, watching his once powerful family crumble from within. And then there's Xander, wild, unpredictable, possibly dangerous. Alex doesn't trust him, but at the same time, he doesn't want to add fuel to the fire. Stephanie sees the bigger picture, and she's terrified. She knows that one more bad decision could shatter the Kuriakis family beyond repair. That vengeance, once unleashed, is impossible to reel back in. She reaches out, not just as a voice of reason, but as someone who believes in restraint, in forgiveness, in second chances. But the tension is thick. Alex is standing at a moral crossroads. If he sides with Xander, he alienates Philip. If he defends Philip, he risks validating betrayal. And if he acts out of anger, he could become just as destructive as the ones he's trying to control. Stephanie is begging him not to let his emotions drag him into a war that isn't truly his, a war that could cost him his values, his family, and maybe even Stephanie herself. This isn't just a conversation. It's a test of character. And by the end of it, one thing will be clear. Either Alex walks away from the fire, or he walks straight into the center of it. As all of these stories crash forward, one after another, the atmosphere in Salem grows more volatile by the hour. Monday's episode doesn't just move the pieces across the board, it sets the whole game on fire. Every character is perched on the edge of a breakdown, or a breakthrough. And no one is safe from the fallout. Kate is reliving a mother's worst nightmare, finding her son bloodied and broken, and not knowing who to blame. She's balancing heartbreak with vengeance. Her instincts scream that Xander is guilty, but what if he's not? Xander, meanwhile, is being squeezed from all sides. Maggie questions his motives. The town whispers behind his back. And deep down, Xander knows that his reputation may condemn him even if he's innocent. Maggie is watching her empire, tighten, fracture before her eyes. She's juggling business pressure, family loyalty, and moral doubt. If she makes the wrong call, the company could fall. Worse, her family could splinter permanently. Sean and Steve are racing against time, not just to find a stolen treatment, but to save Bo Brady's life. They're following shadows, deciphering clues, and slowly realizing that the theft may be connected to something much bigger, and much darker. And then there's Stephanie, trying to be the voice of calm in a chorus of chaos. Her emotional plea to Alex might prevent war, or it might be the last moment of peace before the explosion. So now, we turn to you. Who do you think attacked Philip? Will Sean and Steve find the missing treatment in time to save Bo? Is Xander hiding something deeper than anyone suspects? And will Alex stand down, or make things worse? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update on your favorite days of our lives drama. Because in Salem, nothing stays buried for long, and the truth always finds a way to explode.